morning, good morning. This is the first of many how-to meal prep actual hands-on workshops here in the Wellness Center. I've set up tables and we've got everything from disposable cutting boards, and we've got some knives, and everybody's got paper towels and wash rags and measuring cups in case you have to measure, measuring cups, and their ingredients for the recipe that they chose to make for their mason jar salad. Now, typically, when you see people do these videos, you see them wear gloves, and that's probably because they're preparing food for other people to eat. So if I was preparing this for someone else to eat, I would definitely wear gloves. But because I'm preparing this section for me and my consumption, I know I've washed my hands, I know everything is clean, so I don't necessarily need to wear gloves for me, just for my consumption. So I wanted to get that out of the way first. The salad that I'm making for my mason jar salad is going to be the wedge salad. It's like it's got iceberg lettuce, cucumbers, cherry tomatoes, red onion, green onion, bacon. So it would have been bacon and ranch, and these are the cooked bacon. I just got the regular Walmart brand, the real bacon pieces, not the imitation ones. And I decided to do a twist on mine, and I got the chicken fajita meat to chop up and put in mine as well. So mine will be like a chicken bacon ranch kind of wedge salad. And I also have blue cheese and ranch dressing. So we are going to start with the first thing is you get your mason jars. You can either get the ones that have the metal lid, or there are some that have plastic lids. Either one is fine. They both do the job. So I'm gonna just open my mason jars right here. And the one thing I forgot to bring out was my ranch dressing, so I'm going to run and get that real quick because that is actually the first thing that you do when you're making your mason jar salads, besides chopping up and preparing all of the foods for it. So give me one second, I'm back. So I'm not promoting any specific brand, but in this day and age where we're all budget friendly, depending on where you shop, you can get the best bang for your buck. You might try Aldi, you might try Walmart, you might try Publix when they have their BOGOs and their weekly sales and stuff like that. You can go to your local markets, your vegetable markets, and get a lot of your stuff as well. So the first thing we're gonna do is measure out 2 tablespoons of the dressing. Now, you can use your tablespoons, you can use your measuring tools if you'd like, or as my mom used to say in her kitchen, you can eyeball it. So pretty much, yep, 1 tablespoon. So I'll do this one. And you put the dressing in the bottom of the mason jar. And you're gonna do that for all of your mason jars. And you see I've got the dressing at the bottom. So I can kind of eyeball it now and see that I just need to form a light layer of dressing at the bottom. So there we go, like a squirt, and just swirl it around till it covers the bottom. I can do that for all 5. Right? There's our dressing. The next thing that we want to put in the jars are going to be the things that can absorb the dressing and not get mushy or, you know, go crazy. So we want to take our cherry tomatoes. You can cut yours or you can leave them whole. I prefer to cut mine. And remember, we're doing this for 5 salads. So I'm just going to cut mine kind of like in half like that. on a slant, make it look cute. You can cut them straight down the middle. Either way, however you like your tomatoes. And if you don't like tomatoes, you can skip the tomatoes. You can customize these salads for just about anything that you want to do. And I would put maybe about 3 or 4 tomatoes in there. Or you can put more, depending on if you like, how well you like your tomatoes. Now the interesting thing is that I got some cutting boards from Dollar Tree, and they're actually labeled. So they tell you, like if let's say we're making a salad and we're doing like what we're doing right now, we've got fruits, vegetables, and we've got meats. You don't necessarily want to mix your meats with your fruits, especially if you're dealing with, you know, chicken and beef and that type of thing. So these cutting boards, they're different colors. So there's 4 of them in each one. And there's a red one, so you're dealing with raw meat. And this is for like if you're cooking in general too. There's a blue one with a blue border, that's for fish and seafood. The green one, there's a green border, one for vegetables, and then an orange one is for poultry. So it comes in a pack of 4, like I said, Dollar Tree, $1.25. Those are great to use. And of course, you would be doing this in your kitchen. So you pretty much could say, well, I can rinse off my cutting board when I'm done using it, which is fine. So we're just gonna wipe this off because we just finished doing our cherry tomatoes. Now we're gonna do our cucumbers. Cucumbers are gonna go in there next. The key to the salad in the mason jar is to build it up layer by layer, and the lettuce goes on the top. That way the lettuce isn't sitting in the dressing, especially if you have something like oil and vinegar. You don't want that to be sitting in the dressing for so long. And like I said, this is for me to eat, so I've rinsed everything before we started. I just kind of put it back in its packaging so that you can see what it was, make it easier to look at. I don't particularly like the little ends on my cucumbers, so I kind of cut them off. You can leave yours on if you'd like. It's all preference. And what I'm gonna do now with my cucumbers is I've sliced them, so I am now gonna cut them in half after I slice them. You can cut them in 4s if you'd like. It all depends. Especially depends on the size of your mason jar. If you're using, these are 16-ounce wide mouth mason jars. If you're using the 12-ounce mason jars that have like the smaller opening, you might want to cut your ingredients just a little bit smaller so it can fit through the mouth of the jar. I'm going to cut these up in 4s just for example's sake. Alright, then we're going to throw in our cucumbers. That was 1 whole cucumber right there that I'm going to disperse into 5 jars. I kind of like cucumbers, so I might end up cutting another one. Yeah, have to cut another one. Please excuse YouTube, and it's supposed to be commercial-free music. Try and talk through it so you don't really hear the commercials all that bad. So we've got our cucumbers. Okay, so we've got our cucumbers. So now we've got And you see how easy it is just to put everything in, just each 5 jars, you know, at a time. So we've got our layer of dressing, our layer of tomatoes, our layer of cucumbers. Now my recipe calls for red onion, green onion, bacon bits. I brought this because we'll talk about this later. It's like ready cooked pasta. You can get it. There is a Berea brand. This I got from Dollar Tree. But you just sit it in the microwave for like 60 seconds or something. They've got ready cooked rice and stuff like that too. So if you're trying to do a bowl, like a pasta jar or whatever, and you want a pasta salad, you can do that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my onions now. I learned a long time ago that you do not cut this end of the onion, you cut this end, because if you cut this end, that's the one that makes you cry. At least that's what I was taught. So I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Let's peel off the outside. And again, you know, you'll be doing this in your kitchen, so you can make a mess and clean up things as you go along. Try to do that all the time. If you have like a compost bin or something, you can put all of your compost stuff in there. So here's my red onion. I'm gonna see, I think 3 should be fine. Not a big onion head. We'll definitely dice them. And if you like onions, the onion when it's like in a ring or whatever, that's fine too. Cut them how you like. This is your salad that you're gonna eat for lunch. A little bit of onion, a little bit of onion. Smells good. In there. All right. The next thing I'm going to put in there is my bacon bits. And this is probably going to be a tablespoon of bacon bits as well. Or 2. I could put 2 tablespoons of bacon bits in there. Get away with it. I'll do 1 in each one, and then I'll come back and give a little bit of extra. And the possibilities are endless with your mason jar salads, because you can literally do whatever diet or whatever eating that you're doing. Like if you're doing raw vegan salad, or you're doing keto, or just regular, you know, regular salad, regular food, you have no dietary restrictions, either one. All right, so I got my bacon bits. The next thing it's gonna call for is green onions. So I'm gonna chop up my little green onions. Never need a whole bunch of green onions, just chop them up a little bit. There we go, just enough. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my chicken in my salad. Like I said, you layer it and layer it until you get to the very top, and the very top is where the lettuce goes. Now, I found some interesting things at Dollar Tree. These bags. And I've used this in meal prepping, different things for lunch, for work, like nachos, like you buy a bag of nachos, buy a bag of tortilla chips, and you want, let's say you want meat on your nachos. You're not gonna put the tortilla chips in a bowl, put the meat on top, and then put it in the freezer and then expect to warm it up the next day and it be good. It'll be all soggy. So what these are steam bags. So you can meal prep the Sunday night, and you can put your meat inside this bag and freeze it, or put it in the refrigerator. If you're gonna do it for 5 days, I would suggest freezing it, because these are freezer safe bags. And then when you're ready to cook the meat, you just set it in the microwave this side up, and it actually gives you a chart on like how long to microwave whatever you put in there. Put it in there, microwave it, it puffs up like a steam in the bag, like how you have vegetables that you can steam in the bag. You can do this with vegetables, you can do this with meat, whatever you want to do. And then take it to work. So you've got your Ziploc bags, you've got your tortilla chips in a bag, so they're fresh. You got your meat, you got your cheese, you got your salsa, all of it, put it together in a bowl when you're ready to eat it. So these were really handy. I've used these a couple times. And if I wanted to add my meat to the salad after the fact, I would probably put it in one of these, and then just when I get ready to eat the salad at work, pop this in the microwave for a couple minutes, let it heat up, and then add the meat to the salad. But this has already been cooked. This is not raw. This has already been grilled. So I am going to go ahead and cut this. I'm gonna chop it up. Get a fresh cutting board. And this is just rotisserie fire grilled chicken breast strips. Like I said, they're already cooked, so they come pre-cooked so that you can actually eat it right out of the bag like that. I'm gonna chop these up. And you can leave them, because they're like cubes, so you can, or slices. You can chop them up, you can leave them as they are. It all depends on how you want your salad. I like my salad to be a little bit less hard to maneuver. And then again, depending on your mason jar, you might want to cut them up small so that they can fall out. You know, they can, when you put it in a bowl, or eat it out of the jar. The idea is to put it all together and then pour it out in a bowl or a plate when you're ready to eat it. Now, if you know you're gonna eat that salad that day and you just wanna layer it however, and then drizzle the salad dressing on top and eat it right out of the jar, maybe you're on the go, you can create the salad, put it in there, and put your dressing in a little jar and take it with you, and then just drizzle the dressing on the salad as you're going. That's if you're eating on the go. You know, we've all got a bunch of things, a million and one things to do. We're all busy in this thing called life. Life just be life, and sometimes we don't have time to get all this stuff done. So I've chopped my chicken. I'm gonna add my chicken. You know what? I'm gonna measure out my chicken. So I'm gonna do a half a cup of chicken in each jar. Half a cup of chicken in each jar. Oh, I need to chop up a few more. I didn't use the whole bag. Well, we can actually use the whole bag now. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my onion waste inside this bag so it's not just all over the place. All right, chop these up a little bit more. Nice sized chunks. All right. Again, a half a cup. I might have skimped one bowl. Yeah, that one, I skimped that one a little bit. So, there we go with that. Now I'm gonna put my blue cheese, because that's what it calls for as well. And my blue cheese is very far away from the dressing, so it's not gonna get, you know, soggy or, you know, yucky looking. And I'm gonna measure out the blue cheese again. I'm gonna measure that out as well. I'm gonna put a fourth a cup of blue cheese in my salad.
Plus, free shipping on every order. Join the community of musicians and creators.
You can use less, you can use more. Depends on what you like. And I think I might sprinkle just a little bit more bacon in mine. Just to make it interesting. Make it a little tasty. This is a chicken bacon ranch salad, wedge salad. All right. And then the last thing is gonna be the lettuce. I'm gonna go back to my cutting board that I use for the vegetables. Now mind you, this is a wedge salad, so I'm gonna take away these top layers. All right, I'm gonna cut this part off. I don't think anybody really likes the hard parts of the lettuce. Okay, so we're gonna cut this straight down the middle. And then straight down the middle. So if we were at a restaurant and you got a wedge salad, your salad would literally look like this with everything on top. That's why they call it a wedge salad. All right. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop. So I'm gonna move this to the side. I'm gonna put this on top of here just for now. Just to hold it. We're gonna cut this like this, like this. There's always a few parts inside the lettuce that we really don't want, and that's like the core part of it. So now I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna put this here on top. I'll just stuff it in there. Yep, just like that. I'm gonna put my seed on top of it. And if you can before, you press that part down. I like to press it down just to get it, to seal it in there. Oh, it might pop up, but anyways. So that's one. Take out that core piece. Here's my next one. Put my lettuce on top there. All right, we get 2 down, 3 to go. Now I might cut this one again because it's a little bit bigger. See if I can get 5 out of it. Yeah, we just might be able to. Take a little bit from this one. Put it in the top, just to top it off. Number 4. And like I said, you can do this with regular salad, lettuce. You can do it with pasta. If you got a good pasta salad recipe that you want to put in a jar and take to work, you can do that as well. Possibilities are endless. Last one. And again, like I said, the key is that when you're gonna eat your salad, you'll take it and you'll put it on a plate, turn it upside down, and just open it and dump everything out. So there, I have my 5 salads for work. So my lunch for the week is actually taken care of. We are done literally in about 30 minutes, all depending on how much prep that you have to do. You can cut it down into smaller times. If you really work it and plan it out, you get all your ingredients together, go shopping, get everything that you need to get done, and then meal prep your lunch for a week. And here I have my 5 salads, so I'm ready for work. And I can put these in the refrigerator. If you do it on a Sunday, you can put them in the refrigerator on Sunday, grab one and take it to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You can make different salads. That way you're not necessarily eating the same thing over and over and over again. So you can have chicken bacon ranch salad on Monday, pasta salad on Tuesday, however you want to do it. Mix it up so that way you're not getting bored, because meal prepping can be repetitious and sometimes it can get boring, and you don't want that. You want to enjoy your food. You want to eat to have nutrients, but you also want to enjoy the food that you're eating. So that is the meal prep for the mason jar salads. Stay tuned. Next week or another time we will have another interactive class. Feel free to come, bring your stuff. We can do it all together on Saturday and be ready for the work week. Thank you for watching. Bye. Thank you, Amy.